Welcome back to once again another exciting episode of Needle Media. One of the most popular videos on my channel is how to make your BMX hub louder. This video has over, I think, 1,000 comments, and a lot of these comments are pretty much asking, how do you clean your hub? So with all that being said, let's get right into this video, how to clean your BMX hub. Coffee's hitting the good spot. So here's a little knowledge for all you beginners out there. Before you watch this video, before you even get yourself intrigued into this video, I should also mention that this is not for your brand new hubs. One of the most common things to do for a lot of beginners is right when they buy a new bike, they try keeping the bike spick and span and really clean. Almost too clean. Just like if you were to get a brand new car, you want to keep that car as clean as you can until you really don't care about it that much anymore. Same thing goes with bikes. A lot of people buy brand new bikes and they try keeping it as clean as they can, but you know, it gets dirty over time. And with this, a lot of beginners try to clean the inside of their hubs, not knowing what to do, not knowing how to fix it. And my only thing to say is, don't fix it if it's not broken. No! Now, I know this isn't fixing your hubs, but a lot of hubs get broken because they're dirty, and this is how to prevent that. So if you have a brand new bike, don't even, just click off this video. Let's get right into it. So I know exactly what you guys are thinking. Ryan, this is kind of weird. I can't see you, but I can hear you. And that's the best part. So right now, we are going to take off what is called the cone washer, the lock nut that keeps your whole entire hub in place. This little nut right here that keeps, you know, the whole driver together. So some tools you may want to consider is an Allen key set, and something just to basically get the lock nuts off. Unfortunately, I do not have a spanner near me. Well, I do, it's in the garage, I just don't feel like going to get it. So this will do for right now. And what you want to do is just take off your driver lock nut for right now. So we're going to take a 6, and let me tell you what, if you guys ride a bike, this tool right here will literally bless yourself. So right after you have that done, usually your driver just pops right out just like this. So unfortunately, this whole entire hub broke, but Chaboy got tons of new hub parts to fix it. Hopefully it all fits because they don't really sell this anymore, and I had to ask Shadow, and I just had to do a lot for this. So as of right now, I'm going to switch up the camera angle, and we are going to get fixing this thing and clean it. Let's pop these bad boys out. And to do that, all I have to do is just take these out. Now the cleaning part is coming soon, don't you worry. Okay. So after you have all those out, all the pulser springs are out, you can really see, like, these are pretty damaged springs right here. These are not good. These are the springs you don't want. What you guys really want to do and concentrate on is just getting all this excess dirt, and I'm not going to say the word grease because then there will be tons of comments like, you shouldn't take the grease off your hub. But, you know, you guys know the deal. Grease gets dirty. So all in all, just pretty much take off all that excess grease that's just ruining your hub. And then from there, what you can use, but don't be afraid to use it, is Windex. What you don't want to do is use Windex on this side where you see a bearing. Do not get any Windex, water, or anything in this bearing because it will potentially break it. So stick on the part where it has the pawls and springs attached to it. Now with this, I'm not going to get into all that. I'm just going to show you guys to really quickly wipe it down. Then, after that various assorted item, take some multi-duty complex high temperature grease, pop it open, and take a little bit, not a lot because this can really damage your hub. Now the reason why we are doing high temperature grease is because, as you guys can see, with these pawls and springs, they kind of got chipped down. It's not looking so pretty for them, and they're kind of at an angle. That's because there was so much friction, and they're so old to the point where the metal actually melted or it got frictioned away. So we're going to take high temperature grease so that does not happen again. Grease it up, and boom. From there, you got a perfectly greased, amazing, luscious, awesome, moist driver. So right now we are going to pretty much take out all these new parts because Dance Comp so kindly individually put every single pawl and spring in a bag. The next step is to put all these pawls and springs back after we clean the hub. Now, a lot of people will be tempted to bend over the springs a little bit more to make the hub louder, but we are not going to do that because it can potentially damage your hub after like 30 years. So we're not going to do that anyways. So after further inspection of your driver, you figure out everything's fine, everything's good, there's no excess dirt, and all the puzzle springs seem to be somewhat the same springiness. Next thing you will want to do is you will want to go over to your hub, look at your hub shell, and look inside your hub shell. Well, for me, this is a ratchet ring. I had to get a replacement one, but for most people, it's integrated. So with this, what you want to do is just make sure there's no excess grease inside the hub. As I can see right now, there is a little bit of dirt, a little bit of excess grease that doesn't really need to be there and that we could re-grease. You'll want to take your high temperature grease and then again put a little bit on the inside so there is no way in God's green earth their friction will damage the hub. Next tip, you will want to take a look at your axle. Make sure there's no little metal shavings on it. Make sure there's nothing that could possibly ever get in the way of the nut and the driver. So with this axle looks pretty good. The other side looks good as well. And for the most part, everything looks to be in tip-top shape. Then, leading on to the outside of the hub, you will take your hub and you will clean it off, because this is the only time in the world you'll be able to actually do this without the interruptions of spokes. So what you will do is you'll take the actual hub shell and you'll just wipe it off. Usually people use Windex, water, anything will work. But for the most part, you just want to make it look brand spanking new. So long story short, if you suspect that one of your bearings are broken, if you were sitting here messing with your hub and you kind of feel a little crunch, you feel a little something not good in the hub, what you will want to do is take your hub and just throw it out in the trash because you're screwed. Now that's what the BMX companies want you to think to do so you can buy a new hub. In most cases, that's not true. To be completely honest with you guys, when I was actually researching the parts to get this hub, I found out almost everything that I needed to fix this hub was discontinued and or broken or not sold anymore. So what I came to the conclusion is that there was another hub by the same sister company of this, which is Subrosa. I found out that the Positrack Subrosa hub had the same exact internals as this hub. So don't be ashamed, don't be afraid, don't be scared to look upon your hub. In the BMX world, a lot of hubs are generally the same. A lot of hubs have the same internals, so don't be afraid to go look. If you have a broken bearing, I think the size for those is 6802. You can get them at like some Chinese store or the sketchy black market. You can get them anywhere, so don't be afraid to do some research. So right after you have this beautiful hub all ready to go and everything looks somewhat perfect on it, now that's a beautiful hub sound. If I ever heard one myself, I do say, that's a beautiful hub sound. God! Now the threads on this hub are a little damaged, I'm not gonna lie. So it is kind of a pain in the butt to get on, but it'll get on, ladies and gentlemen. We can all thank lovely chainstays for ruining hub axles from day one. And so after that, clean off the driver, clean off every excess of dirt you see. Don't be afraid. The dirt is our enemy. The dirt can die. We are in a war against this dirt. We cannot let them win. Okay, no, in all seriousness, guys, just make sure everything's good. And with that, stay tuned for the next video where I actually lace up this very hub to a G Sport roll cage, I think. Thank you guys for watching. Share with your friends, share with the homies, share with the dog, share with the cat, share with your friends, how mom, share it with your Uncle Bethany. Uncle Bethany needs to know, like, what is happening? If you guys have made it this far in the video, please drop a like, please drop a subscribe. What are you waiting for? And I'm also going to be throwing some new parts on the website probably as soon as this video is up, if not later today. I'm going to be throwing a sprocket and cranks, very cheap. And if you guys are new and you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I usually throw some parts on my website, usually every week. And they're really cheap because I want to see everybody who watched my channel some parts to ride if they need them. So as always, thank you guys so very much for watching this episode. And my knee's doing somewhat better. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Smoking this up here in the night.